Roy?
Good morning, Lou.
28th of November, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos. Meir, your voice is kind of soft.
Oh, maybe I need to go to a laryngitis place.
Oh,
I'll
Better
try
now.
to
Better now.
clear it out. Okay, very good.
gargle with some vodka.
That's where I forgot to go to. I only went to the pharmacy. They didn't have vodka there.
Wrong stop.
Wrong stop, right?
Okay. Okay, very good. Let's see. I'll try and put this on the screen. 1 second, please.
Rabbi, I had a question I wanted to raise. I mentioned it to you yesterday.
Right, yeah, go. Let's repeat the question before we get started. Go ahead.
If we could just maybe review the last four lines. It talks about emes and shalom. And I followed that discussion, but then in the last four lines, it introduces rachamim and chesed, and din and rachamim, and emes and shalom. And I was a little bit confused about how those things are now fitting into it, and is it expanding the discussion, and what's the points that it's making about them?
Okay, fine. So let's pick up. Let's see where should we start again? Let's just
V'varak etzel hakadosh baruch hu.
right. Okay, so right, there's the Chesimus of Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
Last four lines of which, what, 15 or 14?
13.
13. Oh.
Okay, right. Yeah, okay, 1 second.
Sorry, I left out an essential detail.
Yeah, which one? Okay.
Oh boy.
Here we go. If you see the little red ball there, little fuzzy ball right
Yeah.
there. Okay, very good. Good morning, good morning. Okay, yeah, no problem. It's okay. Okay, so yeah, so let's start reading over that. Rockets, Lakash Boro. Go ahead, Lou, if you'd like to read.
Okay, thank you. So only from the perspective of Hashem, Shayich de Hani Trey Midos, it's appropriate that there should be these two characteristics. You Chalim Bimal O Am Beves
Thank you.
Echad Achas that they should be that they should exist fully in one house.
Well, I mean, babasach means they should chalim, but they should exist completely at the same time.
Right. To get together at the same time, or in the same world.
Well, babas achas is one. Babas is literally, it could be like in the same structure, within the same parameters. So, but usually this is an expression from the Gemara. Babas achas usually means that they should be coexisting at the same time.
Oh.
Right. The chosamo shel Hakadosh Baruch Hu ms. That the signature of Hashem is truth. The Hashem I forgot what this Yud Suf is.
Hashem is Baruch. Cool,
Is
right?
Baruch.
Hashem is Baruch.
Kulo Rachamim V'Chesed. He's entirely Rachamim V'Chesed. So before it was talking about shalom, shalom being together with emes. I think, let's see, what was it? Shalom. Yeah, shalom and emes. Now it's saying, now it's putting him together with rachamim and chesed. That's the first point. V'hayinu osei shalom b'mamav. As it is, he makes peace on high. Dehayinu diyesh din barachamim. That there is justice and mercy biyachad together lefanav yisbarach before Hashem may he be blessed. So now we have din and rachamim thrown in. Amnam inyan zeh lamala me hashgatinu vizu haisa she'elas hamalachim ech shayich sheyiyeh ba'adam midas ha'emes v'shalom yachdav. However, this concept from above, from the abilities that this I'm sorry, and this is the question of the angels. How is it proper that it should be that a man has the characteristics of truth and peace together?
Right. This was what was the question of the malachim. How is it possible? How is it possible that it should be in Adam the midas of emes and the midas of shalom together? I mean, how can they coexist together in Adam? Meaning, that's only something which is a characteristic of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, shalom ve'emes. That those two are not contradictory in terms of Kadosh Baruch Hu, but that's way beyond our human understanding. We can't understand that. So the question of the Malachim was, how is this going to be existing in man, right? If it's only something which is possible for Kadosh Baruch Hu to have this conflicting, coexisting characteristics, that's only something which is capable of a Kadosh Baruch Hu. So how is that going to be existing in Adam? Is that okay?
You haven't addressed the rachamim and chesed and the din and rachamim. Why are they being thrown into here? Why you could just leave that sentence out, I would think.
It's emphasizing the contradiction, meaning there's something which is din, right, which is corresponding to emes. Rachamim is corresponding to chesed, and we see that these are also aspects of a Kodesh Baruch Hu, and which we also want to emulate. So it's not exactly extra. You see the chasima is shalom, and the name is shalom, and the chasima is emes, and yeah, Okay, I'm not bothered by it so much. It's these are all aspects of Hakadosh Baruch Hu, which are peripherally related to the main. The main ones we're talking about is emes and shalom. That was based on the medrash. The main characteristics are emes and shalom.
So in other words, it's saying
Mhm.
Hashem has all these conflicting characteristics all mixed together, and we're not asking about that. The angels are not asking about that. However, what the angels are asking about is how man can have emes and shalom mixed together.
Right, right.
Well, why don't we ask how can man have din and rachamim mixed together? How can man have rachamim and chesed mixed together?
Well, because din is an aspect of emes. I mean, it depends. Sometimes they're more wide ranging. Like din is specific. Emes is a more all encompassing trait. Where din is something more specific, but it's a corollary of emes. Whereas chesed is also a wide ranging, all encompassing midah. I would say that we want all the things in Hashem we were supposed to emulate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, in the original medrash, we're talking about four basic. There were four basic characteristics. There were tzedek and shalom and chesed and emes. So those also follow into din and also rachamim as well. So, okay, let's continue on.
The imkain or al karchach?
Okay.
Therefore, me mamshich ha midrash hanal ma aseh hakadosh baruch hu natal emes behashlichu laaretz I don't know what hey dalit is.
That was who did as it's written in the pasuk.
As written, behashlich emes artza. So what is mamshich?
So therefore, with the continuation of the medrash, as we mentioned before, as mentioned previously,
the continuation of the medrash, as mentioned previously, what was Hashem doing when he threw truth down to the earth, as it is written, and he threw truth to the earth?
right? No, so when a Hakadosh Baruch Hu, so to speak, understood these claims of the Malachim. So what did Hashem do in response? What did Hashem do? Hashlich emes hashlich la'aretz. Emes was thrown to the earth. That's what we're learning.
The Hakadosh Baruch Hu kiviyachol hishlich midas ha'emes, that Hashem, so to speak, through the characteristic of truth, klomar, as to say,
This is the ein hachinami that you are right. Ein hachinami that you are right.
That you were right. She'i efshar livro Adam sheyit naheg kulo al pi midas emes mipi she haolam lo yachol lehis kayem im yehe ladam beofen muchlat midas ha-ms. That is to say, you were right that it's impossible to create a man that he will be accustomed,
Well, he'll behave.
that he'll behave
Kulo al pi midas emes. It's impossible to create Adam that he's going to behave entirely according to the trait of truth.
Because I'm sorry, mipnei, because that the world is not able to exist with if the man what's ba'ofen?
In a way, a muchlat midas emes that because shalom lo yochel is kaim, that the world will not be able to continue. If it would be that Adam would be required to behave entirely by the midas of emes, with the characters of truth.
So what is muchlat?
Muchlat is necessary.
Okay.
Again, that that means to say that it's true. It's true that it's impossible to create Adam that he should behave entirely according to the midah of emes. That the world could not exist if Adam was forced to adhere to the midah of emes.
Okay, so in other words, when it says Hashem threw down truth, the explanation is that this is an acknowledgement of the fact that man could not act with completely with truth.
Right.
Demekevan she'ein de osi to osehem shall
B'nei Adam.
B'nei Adam shavos yi'u tamid bale katata elu nivroi im midas ha'emes bilvad. That sense that it's not what is this da'osehem?
Since she'ein those are the deos of a person shall b'nei Adam shavus, since the the perspectives, the mindset, Deus, a person's Deus, his mindset, his perspective. Kevin the Deus Eno Shavim, since the perspective of people are not always the same.
That it is continuously what is katata?
Other is dispute.
He is continuously involved in disputes.
Right. Since that people's perspectives are not always the same, then therefore he's going to be continually involved in dispute.
Nivroi is to create, to be created.
Right.
With the characteristic of truth alone.
Right. Ilu, right? Ilu nivro im midas ha'emes belvad, meaning if it would be that Adam was created strictly with the meat of emes, being that people's perspectives are not the same, there would always be continually be dispute, because each person would adhere to his perspective, and in terms of his perspective, that's how he perceives the truth, right? So therefore, he would be unable to compromise, and therefore there'd be continual dispute.
Ukadai or ukadei?
This is ukadei, in order that olam niskayim, in order therefore, and in order that the olam should be miskayim.
In order that the world should exist or could exist, Tarich midas hashalom umidas vitor. It's required that there be the characteristic of peace and the characteristic of whatever this word is, havitor.
Vitor is compromise.
Compromise. Amnam efshar levotar tamid ule nahag lolam al pi midas hashalom dila pamim amrinan Yaakov hadin es hahar. However, it's impossible to what is levater?
Also compromise. However, it's impossible to compromise all the time.
To compromise all the time, and to behave always in accordance with the characteristic of peace. That sometimes we say, is this Yaakov?
No, this is something else. This is a pasuk. I'm looking up the pasuk. We'll try and get this pasuk here. Not mistaken. Yeah. One second. Okay, this is, and, okay, this is a phrase, Yaakov Hadin Es Hahar, that the necessity of the decision is going to uproot the mountain. So it says, however, it's impossible to always be compromising and to behave continually according to the characteristic of Shalom. The Lefayim Mamrinim, sometimes we need to say Yaakov Hadin Esar, that the judgment must uproot the mountain.
I don't get that. The judgment must uproot the mountain. What, that the truth must be more powerful than the compromise?
That's right. That's right.
So
Right. At times it's impossible to compromise even at the expense of Shalom. Sometimes, in general, we'll try and always reach compromises for the sake of Shalom, but that's impossible to do all the time. Sometimes it's impossible to compromise, and the aspect of emes is going to require that the mountain be rooted.
So sometimes you have to stick to the truth, but so what? That's not a problem. We're saying you have to have both. So you have both. Sometimes you stick
Right.
to the truth, and sometimes you compromise. Or most of the time you compromise, but occasionally you can't.
Right, but that means that the point was emes, right, as we said in the previous paragraph, we said this in paragraph we were describing this in paragraph the emes is in 1 second. Yeah, in paragraph 12, he went into detail that the characters of emes, right, is uncompromising, right? So that's what it means. So I was explaining, what does it mean that was hashlich emes art, so that emes was thrown to the earth, meaning that there's going to be a sacrifice of emes, right? In order for compromise and shalom, there's going to need to be a compromise of emes.
Right, but not all the time.
But yeah, right, not all the time. In general, we'll try. I mean, but that's but so again, but hashlich emes art, so that emes was cast away, meaning the world could not exist. I mean, one of the names for this world is Olam Hashecher, right? Because that's what it means, that the truth was now cast off, and this world became the Olam Hashecher, and it's Olam Hashecher for the sake of compromise, for the sake of peace. But yet, nevertheless, it's still sheker.
Uh-huh.
But he's going to go into this into more detail. We'll see in paragraph number 15.
Okay. The Im Kain Mana Lecha Lan Minalan Eich Umati Le Lahif Il ule nahag al pi midas haemes o al pi midas hashalom. If so, Manalan, I forget what that means.
From where do we know?
From where do we know how what is mati?
Masai, if so, from where do we know how, Masai, and when?
How and when to act I'm sorry, lahapa'il, lahifil, I don't know.
Right, lahafil ulahanhig, to if so, from where do we know how umasai, and when lefoil, to behave and act al pi midas emes or al pi midas sholom. So now that we've come to the conclusion that Hashlik emes art, so that the truth had to be cast away for the sake of compromise and shalom. So, but nevertheless, when do we know and how do we know when to apply and act and behave according to midas emes or according to midas shalom? You have these two um, behaviors, right? And we need to know some rules in how we're going to decide when will we choose emes at the expense of shalom, and when will we choose shalom at the expense of emes. Meaning, in order to make shalom, we're going to have to compromise, and that means we're going to have to sacrifice emes. So when do we do that? Or sometimes we're going to have to compromise that we're not going to be able to compromise, and therefore there's going to be a lack of shalom in that case. So we need to know some rules when and where and how we're supposed to implement these two different behaviors.
Okay, what is this ayin Zion?
On that,
And on that, Amar b'midrash Nahal Natal emes lehashlichu laaretz the kule. And on that, it says in the midrash above that Hashem threw truth to the ground.
right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Very good.
Amru Melachei Hashares Lifnei Ribon Haolamim Ma Ata Mibazeh Tachsis Al Ti Kasei Shelcha Ta'aleh Emes Min Haaretz. The angels said before Hashem, what are you what are you doing with this? What is this taxis?
They said Ma'ata Mevaza Tachsis at Likisa Shelcha. What is this that you are mevaza, that you're disgracing your chosen minister?
uh, when you throw truth to the ground.
Right, by throwing truth to the ground, this is disgrace to your 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 chosen assistant.
Hakavana al haTorah shehi emes me eretz tismach. That the intention of the Torah is that it is truth. It is true from the earth. What tzamach is.
That okay, the kavana al Torah, that the kavana was referring to the Torah. Shehi emes me'eretz titzmach, that the Torah, which is truth, it shall from the earth sprout.
The Torah magdira umekavanas es ha'adam matai linhog al pi midas ha'emes umatai linahog al pi midas ha'shalom. That the Torah, what is Magdira?
The Torah magdir outlines.
The Torah outlines its intention that a person.
It's actually better maybe than outlines. Is the HaTorah magdira umichavenes. A Torah limits and directs a person.
Limits and directs a person when to behave in accordance with truth and when to behave in accordance with peace. The HaTorah madricha es ha'adam ech lios chayav uva eze midos lehis nahag. That the Torah supervises a person or it instructs a person how to be, in what way he is obligated in these characteristics to behave. Masai Omrim, when to say Yaakov Hadin es Har, Umasai Omrim Bakash Shalom Ure Dafhu. When to say that the judgment must uproot the mountain, meaning truth must prevail, no compromise, and when to say Bakash is to request, Shalom, request peace. What is Virad Fehu?
Right. So Umasai Omrim, when to say Bikesh Shalom, like seek peace, Fehu, and prove it.
And what was the last word?
Seek peace, Fehu, and pursue it.
Pursue.
Right. 1 second. I want to get a better translation of this phrase. Hold on, we'll try and get a good explanation of this. Hold on. So so basically, the explanation is, what does it mean? What was the kavanah then? Actually, emes art, so that the truth should be thrown to the earth. That through Torah, right? As the other pasuk is saying, through what the Torah, the truth will be, will sprout from the earth. That means that through the guidance and direction of the Torah, so people will know and realize when and how they're supposed to apply emes, and when they're supposed to apply shalom.
So we have to look to the Torah to give us guidance on those, on that conundrum.
Right, exactly. Mm. Okay, just 1 second. I just want to get a better understanding of this phrase. Understand. Here, 732. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Then now I'm gonna have to look this phrase is not clear. Um, I'll see. Okay. In any event, let's stop here. Good point to stop. Maybe what we'll do is tomorrow we'll review paragraph number 15.
Okay, that sounds good.
Very good. Okay, very good. Thank you all. Roy, thank you. Have a good afternoon. And we'll
Thank you
start
very much.
this Hanukkah in a few minutes, Mitzvah Shem.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you, Lou. Very good reading. Appreciate it.
Yasher Koach, Lou.
Baruch Tieh Me'er.
Good job. Ooh.
Yeah.